Hey everybody, this is Mr. Palacios calling, and today we're going to be completing the square, quote unquote, in our final lesson on quadratic equations, and we're going to figure out how to solve them a different way by finding the square. Anyways, to start off, let's look at for number one, and we'll take you through each one of these step by step. First of all, we just need to practice squaring binomials. When we do this, we get x plus 1 squared equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. For x plus 2, we get x squared plus 4x plus 4. For x plus 3 squared, we get x squared plus 6x plus 9. So if you follow that pattern down, if you had x plus a squared, you would get x squared plus 2ax plus a squared. Okay, pretty simple. So let's figure out how to complete the square, so to speak. So go down to number 2. Finding c in ax squared plus bx equals c is completing the square. To complete the square, replace c with b divided by 2 squared. And so you'll get ax squared plus bx equals c equals ax squared plus bx plus b divided by 2 squared. This will help us find the square of this quadrilateral, and it will be x plus b over 2, or b divided by 2 squared. All right, so that's how you're going to find that's basically the root of the quadrilateral, and that's how you're going to find the answers. That's how you're going to solve the quadrilateral. Go down to number 3. So I give you an example here. X squared plus bx equals c. We want to add b over 2 squared to both sides, so we're going to do that. And when we do that, we get x squared plus bx plus b over 2 squared equals c plus b over squared, or b over 2 squared, not b over squared 2, b squared, b divided by 2 squared. Okay, sorry. Let's put that into practice, shall we? Go down to number 4. So we're going to have x squared plus 10x minus 11 equals 0. And so we want to rewrite it in the form that is written right here, because that's going to help us complete the square. And so we need to add this amount to both sides. And when we do, we get x squared plus 10x equals 11. And now we want to add that b divided by 2 squared. So in this case, b is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 squared is 25. So we're going to add that to both sides. And so we're going to get x squared plus 10x plus 25 equals 36. And now we can find the square of that, the root of this quadrilateral, which is x plus 5. Again, when we plug that in, we can find the square is x plus b over 2 squared. And so that's going to give us x plus 5 squared. That would be the square of this quadrilateral. Okay, and that's going to equal 36. So when we do that, again, just to walk you through this, we're trying to find the square. So we take this, we need to write it in a format that will allow us to do that. And in that case, we need to switch out c. And in here, we have negative 11 is c. We need to replace that with b over 2 squared. Okay, so we move this 11 to the other side so that we can add that b over 2 squared in here seamlessly, and then that's going to help us find the solution to this quadrilateral. Okay, so again, we start off like this. We move this 11 over to this side, or whatever number that is. We're going to move it over to the other side of the equal sign, and then we're going to add in that b over 2 squared into this equation on both sides. And when we do that, that's going to help us find the square and then find the solutions. So we get the square here, which is x plus 5 squared equals 36. So we take the square root. X plus 5 is the square root of x plus 5 squared equals the square root plus or minus the square root of 36. And so our solution for this is x equals plus or minus 6. Okay, so basically we're figuring out how to get from here back to here. Okay, and that's the whole goal of today's lesson. So this one was pretty short. This will be the last section in chapter 8, and hopefully things are going pretty well. Okay, this is Mr. P signing out. Peace.